better. Oh, you can't see. You can't see my ears.
Today is a very exciting day because I'm doing my sister's birthday makeup and I'm so excited to get her glammed up. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. We're starting off with her skin. I'm just applying a little bit of moisturizer so that she's nice and plump when we apply foundation later on. And I'm starting with her eyebrows. I'm just brushing them upwards and then filling them in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer in the color Ebony. I'm just creating some hair-like strokes, and then I'm going to be going back and forth with the Anastasia pencil and the Benefit brow styler. So I'm just kind of doing the same thing but just using two different products, just kind of testing out what I like better. And I don't know, sometimes I just like to mix different products, but I'm just creating more of a natural slash on fleek brow. And then I'm also using the Benefit brow things in the shade number 6. It includes this little tiny brush, and I really like this brush because it's super nice for making little details. So I'm just kind of using this brush to define that tail on the brow. Now I'm just gonna clean up the brows just to make them a little bit more on fleek and just have a really pretty shape with some concealer. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Light Medium Sand. And then just kind of going back in with that brush to just perfect anything that needs to be. And now it's time for eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using the MAC Paint Pot in the color Soft Ochre, which is more of a yellow undertone. And I really like this color because it looks really good with her skin tone. The formula of this is really nice. It just makes everything really nice and evened out if there's any discoloration. So I love applying this so I can have a smoother application when it comes to eyeshadow. I'm using the shadow shields. These are the original ones and I get them from Amazon. I really love using these because it just makes everything a lot quicker, more simple, there's less mess. So if you haven't tried these, definitely do. They're just a really nice guide and I highly recommend them. This palette I gave to my sister for her birthday and she was very excited. She brought in this picture as an inspiration for what she wanted. So this is kind of what we created. We used the Juvia's Place palette to start off. It has two really pretty pink shades in here. So we started applying a small amount at a time. And I just love all of her palettes, not only like the way that they look because they're super cute, but also the formula of the actual eyeshadows. They're very pigmented and she has so many different colors, so many different options. I just really enjoy using them. And I actually have them out as a display because they're just so pretty, so we had to go with these. So I'm using the Bori shade and I'm applying this small amounts at a time. It's a lot easier to build up color than to remove color. So I am just shading everything on the crease area with a fluffy brush and then applying more product as I go. And then I'm also gonna be using the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. This palette smells so good. It smells like chocolate. And I'm using the 3 shades here that are Pink, Sprinkles, Cotton Candy, and Totally Fetch. I'm definitely using the deeper color, which is Totally Fetch, on the outer area of the eye, and then just lightly dragging that inwards to create more of a seamless look. Now we're gonna add some glitter. These glitters are from NYX and I love glitter, you guys. And so we wanted to create a very glam look. By the way, I just noticed the frame in the back is crooked, so ignore that. I just realized that. So I'm applying the glitter with the Too Faced glitter glue. NYX also makes a really good glitter glue that I like and it's a little bit cheaper, so definitely check that one out if you are in the market for something a little bit cheaper. But I'm just applying the glue kind of like a cut crease shape and then I'm packing the glitter on. I'm using my finger and I'm also using a brush just to really get this glitter nice and intense. And later on I do go in and just kind of switch this up a little bit. It was too much of a cut crease for us and we wanted something a little bit more blended. So I do go in with some eyeshadow and just kind of fade everything out a little bit more and just make it look more like seamless glitter, just more nice and blended. Now I'm going to apply some mascara. This is the KKW Beauty Mascara. I really like this product, and I'm taking a little mascara wand to apply this to her lashes. I like to do this before applying eyeliner and eyelashes, like falsies, it just makes it a lot easier because when there's no mascara, it makes them like a little bit slippery, and I feel like it's more difficult to apply those two things. So that's what I'm doing here. And we're gonna use the Schwing. My sister's really excited about this. We're gonna be using the Schwing eyeliner from The Balm Cosmetics. This is a liquid liner. It has a matte finish, and I am just applying small strokes to the eye so that I can create that wing. You need a ride when you don't tell me why. I got a thing about you, you got a thing about me too, but you keep playing with my feelings, even though you know I got a thing about you. We got a thing for each other, so don't go wasting what you feeling. Don't be dumb, be dumb, be dumb. So now I am just removing the eyeshadow shields and just cleaning up under there. I try to be really careful because it can tug on the skin. And then I'm just blending out those cut areas, like those areas that are really cut, with a little bit of a buffer brush.
She's really giving some good advice. Just remember and pretend everything was. Someone's really listening to this song. Like all you can see is this.
So now it's time for eyelashes. We are using the Lily lashes in the style Rome and some House of Lashes glue. We just love this combo, and she makes the best lashes. We really like them. They're really nice and fluffy and glam. And we're going to be using the Pixie. This is the Rose Balm, and I'm applying this as a primer. It's very nice and moisturizing. It's just gonna make the skin look very nice and healthy and hydrated. We're gonna use a combo of foundations. This is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation and the Maybelline Dewy foundation. So we are just mixing these two to create her perfect combination of foundation. And I'm just applying this to the skin. I'm gonna take the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this concealer I gifted to her for her birthday, so it was a brand spanking new one. I will include the shade below. She's a little bit more lighter than me, so this shade was a little bit different than the one I used earlier on the brows. It was actually really fun because we were playing with some of the products that I gave her for her birthday on this video, so we got to test them out as well. And then I'm just taking a little tiny beauty sponge to blend out the concealer. A little trick, if you let your concealer stay there for like a few seconds and let it get a little bit more tacky, it will give you better coverage. So I did that under her eyes. So now I am setting her under eyes, and I like to make sure that she's looking upwards so that we don't have any creases. Before we set those, it's really important to just make sure that there's no creasing there, or else you're going to be setting the creases. So just make sure that she has a nice flat surface when you're setting that. And I'm going to bake. I'm using the Hourglass Veil. This powder is really pretty. I also really like this powder because it doesn't give you a flashback in photography. So I'm applying this under the eyes, and then I'm getting that bakage a little bit closer to the nose. That way it gives her nose more of a slimmer effect. And then I'm also applying it on the bottom area of the face, like the hollows of the cheeks, around the nostril and the forehead area. I kind of just applied it everywhere, but I did apply a little bit more on specific areas that I really wanted to highlight. I'm going to start applying a little bit of bronzer. This is the bronzer that came in the Kat Von D palette. I am using the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm just going on the perimeters of the face and also the hollows of the cheeks just to kind of make those cheekbones stand out a little bit more. I am going pretty even where her ear is at, just so that I know where those cheeks are at. And then I'm just blending this out.
Baby, I need to know if you are serious about us. Yeah. Baby, your love is cold, but I don't feel the trust.
And now I'm going to contour the nose. This is one of my favorite things to do just because it makes such a difference and it just looks really pretty. I am using the Morphe collaboration with Brittany Bear. She made a nose contour kit that has like the powder and the brushes and everything. So I will put all the names below. And my sister's nose is pretty similar to mine. So I contour her nose just like I do my own. And I really love how everything looks. It's just so pretty. And I'm just making sure that everything is nice and blended since it's, you know, the nose and you can really see everything there. So it's just really nice and blended. So while the powder is still under the eyes, the one that we used earlier, I am going to start applying eyeshadow on the under eye area. And then the reason why I'm doing this is because if we have any fallout, when we wipe off the powder, it'll wipe out the fallout with it. So I really like using this trick. So I am taking the shade Cotton Candy from the Too Faced palette and also the shade Totally Fetch for the bottom of the eyes. So I'm applying the darker shades on the outer area of the eye and then the lighter shades on the inner area of the eye and just blending this out.
Sorry is a word to you.
So now that that's done, we can go ahead and wipe out the powder. And time for the cheeks. I'm using Between the Sheets by ColourPop Cosmetics. I love their formula. It's like really fun to touch and it kind of feels like not liquidy, but like a, you know, kind of like a liquidy consistency, like a creamy consistency, but it's actually powder. And so I really like their products. And then I'm using one of my favorite items that I always use. It's the MAC Fix Plus. And she's laughing here because I always tell my clients, like, make sure you don't make any face expressions when I'm applying this because whatever expression you made, it's going to set like that because your skin is wet. So it always happens. So once that Fix Plus is a little bit dry, like almost to the point where it's dry but it's still a little bit tacky, I'm going to apply the highlighter. I am using the Amrezy highlighter, which is one of my favorites, and I'm applying this on top of the cheekbones, on top of the brow area, and then a little bit on the tip of the nose.
For each other, so don't go wasting what you feeling. Don't be done, be done, be done.
And I'm also gonna apply a little bit on the inner corner of the eyes. And with that, I'm going to take the shade Satin Sheets from the Too Faced palette and just apply some of that on the inner corner of the eyes. So now I am going to clean up the lips with foundation that we got on there. And I'm going to do a little bit of a lip scrub. This is the Sugar Lip Polish from Fresh. This product is really, really nice. It's a gentle exfoliator, but it conditions at the same time. And I really like that because it's not like too harsh on the lips, but it's like strong enough where it helps get rid of, you know, the dead skin, but it also conditions. So this product is really, really nice. And it's also sweet, like it has a sugary taste. I really like putting this on before lipstick, before any lip product so that your lips look nice and plush and smooth. Now we're just using the Agave. This is I think this is also from Fresh, I believe so. I will link it below. It's a lip balm and I really like this lip balm. It's very nice and moisturizing. I wanted to perfect the wing a little bit more, so I'm going in with a NYX eyeliner and I'm just going over that eyeliner and just making it a little bit more intense. I'm making it a little bit thicker and just kind of perfecting it. And then I applied a little bit of glue on the inner eyelash just because I wanted to make sure it was really nice and firm. So I'm just applying that here. And now it's time for bottom mascara. So I'm using the same mascara from earlier, the KKW mascara, with a mascara wand and just getting those little hairs with mascara. It really does make a difference. So always make sure that you apply bottom mascara if you can. I'm also applying it on the top lashes so that I can unify the falsies with her natural lashes. And now it's time for the lips. So I was just barely doing the eyes. I kind of went back to the eyes and now I'm coming back to the lips now that they're nice and dry. So I'm using a lippy pencil from ColourPop. This shade is really pretty because it's the same color as her lips. And I'm using a Kylie lip gloss that I gave her for her birthday as well. This shade is just really, really pretty. It goes really nice with the makeup and it has a glossy finish. So I will link the names of those below. And that is the entire makeup look. We finished. Well, we actually just remembered that we had forgotten to apply brow highlight. So we went in and did that really quick. Then we blended everything out and the look was complete. And the most important thing to me was that she loved it, which made me really happy and that she was super happy on her special day. This look was super fun to create, especially because I got to hang out with my sister, who's my best friend. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you learned something out of it. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.